reading those shoes all week. And last week at the book fair, Miss Renfro came down and said, I found a book that will go great with those shoes. And so yesterday she was reading it. So I went over and I bought it. And yesterday she was reading it to her kids. And after she said, how are those books similar? How are they the same? Danny, I need you to turn around. And the first student said, it's the same author and illustrator. And we hadn't even noticed. So this book, A Bike Like Sergio's, is by the same author and the same illustrator. So the same person that wrote shoes also wrote a bike like Sergio's. So what I want you to do is I want you to be listening, and we're going to connect those shoes to a bike like Sergio's. That's a text connection. A lot of times I read a book, like when we read Wilford Gordon, I thought of that book one step, then the other, and I thought of Memory String. So I made a text connection. So let's listen to A Bike Like Sergio's. Listening for how they might be similar to those shoes. Every kid has a bike but me. Is there a similarity there?
Yeah.
Sergio rides his new bike while I run alongside out of breath. Ask your parents again, Sergio says. Your birthday's coming. Sergio forgets there's a difference between his birthday and mine. I wish, I say, but I know that wishes won't make money appear. At Sonny's grocery, Sergio buys a pack of football cards. I stand in line, mad, with the bread my mom wants, waiting behind the lady in the blue coat who we see all the time. She steps up to pay, and gathers her bags. In the shuffle, her purse tips. $1 floats to the floor. No one sees. I scoop up the money fast. She's out the door, but I don't chase her. It's just $1.
That's not. I know what he's gonna do.
At home, Mom's feeding a baby. The twins pull pans from the cupboard. My Reuben, she says, was it a good day? I nod and act busy. That dollar in my pocket stays a secret. Why don't you think he tells Mom about the dollar he
So
found?
she won't be getting back and give it back to me.
Later, when I'm alone in my room, I fish out the crumpled dollar bill and stare. It's not a $1 bill, or a 5, or a 10. It's $100. My hands are shaking. That money is enough for a bike like Sergio's. Then I won't have to run. I'll be riding. Dad gets from work late and tucks in my little brothers. When he gets to me, I squeeze my eyes shut and stay still as a stone. Why do you think he acts like he's sleeping?
So he can sneak out and get a bite. Looks like he's awake. No,
In the morning, the $100 bill is safe in my backpack. When I get to school, Mr. Grady says we'll be learning about money in math. He sets up a store with fake bills and coins and pictures of things that we can buy. I joke around and blow all my play money on a camera wide awake. Me on my bike is all I can think about. Look what he's doing instead of math. He's drawing what?
a bite.
Yeah, instead of math, he's drawing a bike.
With him on it, and the other girl is.
We stop at the bike shop after school. Inside, I walk the rows and find one like Sergio's, but silver. Man, you look good on it, Sergio says. And it's true. But I know if I ride home on the bike like that, I'll have to tell my parents where I got the money. I'll talk to them tonight, I say, and Sergio high fives me.
Oh wow. Hey guys.
So he's kind of stuck. He's found this money and he didn't give it back to the lady. And could he have given it back to her? Yeah, he could have chased her down and given it to her. And he wants a bike, but if he comes home with the bike, what's his parents gonna say? How? Yeah, how'd you get that bike? Where'd you get the money? And then he's gonna have to explain. So he's in a dilemma, a problem. At home, my mom is making a grocery list for Saturday. Her fingers walk through the cash in her wallet. Then she crosses things off. Maybe next week, she says. She looks up at me and smiles. Me with my 100 in my backpack. Her crossing things off. So she looked in her wallet, counted her money, and then what did she do?
She said next.
She crossed some things off her list. So that's things she's what?
Not getting.
She's not getting. Why?
Because
She doesn't have enough money.
$100.
Then she hands me a $5 bill. On your way home tomorrow, could you pick up orange juice at Sonny's? When she mentions Sonny's, I feel the sweat. What if the lady in the blue coat is there? I take my stuff to my room, dump my papers out of my backpack. That's when I see it. The zipper that was closed is opened just enough, and the money that was there is gone. Heading out the door, I mumble to Mom, I'll be right back.
I see the money. Money.
Rain is falling as I retrace my step from school to the bike shop to home. Leaves and money look the same. Rain and tears feel the same. It's nowhere. I walked hunched and draggy to school the next day while Sergio rides circles. My brother built a ramp in the alley and I went airborne, he says. If you get that bike, you can use it. I don't tell Sergio that I won't be getting a bike at all. The day stretches out. How many nickels in a dollar? Mr. Grady asks. How many quarters in a $5 bill? When the bell rings, I pack my backpack with homework and notes and tell Sergio to ride home without me. How's he feeling right now?
Sad.
Well, when you're really, really sad and you don't want to do the things you want to do, they say he's kind of down in the dumps. That means he's in a dump.
No.
It means he's not in a good mood. He's kind of depressed, worried, devastated. With everyone crowding in a hurry, I spot something. The smallest zipper is still inside is still closed. This was the pocket, not the other. I slid it open and I am rich again. To get that bike, I have to tell. What does he have to tell?
That they have the his parents that he has. He could just say that he found it on the ground.
But would that make
That
it?
would be
Would that be better though? Would that be better?
That's called lying.
Yeah. I raced to Sonny's as fast as riding. I raced to Sonny's as fast as riding and rushed to the back of the store for the juice. Someone bumps me, apologizes in a soft voice. I turn. My feet are frozen, watching as the lady in the blue coat makes her way to the counter with her eggs. She reaches into her purse. And like a hot blast, I remember how it was for me when that money was hers. Then mine was gone. I leave the juice behind, and this time I follow her. Why is he following her?
Tracing.
Why is he chasing after her? What do you think he's going to do?
He's gonna get the money back, probably. And I guess I'll be fine.
She walks down one street, then another, and past the bike shop. My mouth is dry. Excuse me, I say. She turns, and we are face to face.
What's that say? Excuse me.
Cammy and Brennan. I breathe fast, and the words bust loose like they've been waiting. The lady says yes, she lost $100 and has been looking since. She tips her head. Why? I uncurled my fist. I found it, I say, holding it out to her still folded. Her face changes from surprise to joy to soft. She takes my hand in both of hers like a sandwich and asks my name. Thank you, Reuben, she says. You've blessed me. I'm happy and mixed up, full and empty, with what's right and what's gone. What did we call that yesterday when you have mixed feelings?
Bitter and sweet.
Bittersweet. At home, everyone is waiting, and the lost and found story is mine to tell. What you did wasn't easy, my dad says, setting his hand on my shoulder, but it was right. My mom pulls me close. We're so proud, she says. And in that warm house with my family all around and my birthday almost here, I am proud too.
Those twins. Where are the twins? There's the twins right there. They are bigger now.
That's the end. So,
He didn't buy the bike.
he didn't. Do you think maybe his parents might try and get him the bike for his birthday?
Because he was being responsible.
He ended up doing the right thing, didn't he?
He didn't want to be taken by money.
That's right. Did he ever feel really good about having that money, Brenna? Brenna, did he ever feel really good about having that money? He did feel good about it? Well, I think the whole time he had his money, he was happy about, he thought he could get a bike, but then he had that problem. If he got the bike and came home with it, what was going to happen? So if he'd have gone and bought the bike, raise your hand, what do you think his parents would have made him do? Xander?
Give money back.
What if he'd already bought the bike?
Pay for someone.
How? They didn't have a lot of money. Well, then what do you think they would have done?
Take the bike back and give your money back.
I think they probably would have made him take the bike back, get the money, and then give it to the woman. Is it better? Would it have been better to do it that way or the way he decided to do it?
The way he decided.
I think that the whole time he had that money in his pocket or in his backpack, I don't think he ever felt good about it. I think he felt, have you ever done something and then you felt bad about it? That's called being guilty. And you have to just tell somebody sometimes, I did it. I did this.
Like in No David.
Yes. So sometimes, Brenna, I need a ticket when we go back to your seat because you keep turning and talking to Audie. So what are some ways that a bike like Sergio's and those shoes, what are some ways those two books were alike? Jackson?
Reuben and the guy who wanted those shoes from the book, those shoes, they both wanted something and they really couldn't get it, but they found it.
Okay.
They just didn't.
So they both wanted something really, really bad, and the things they wanted, another way they're the same is that they both what? They both didn't have a lot of money, and both things cost a lot of money. Cammy? Well, they both did the right thing. Yeah. For Jeremy, it was giving the shoes to Antonio because he couldn't wear them, and the other one was giving the lady her money back. Maddox? Amelia?
They both wanted something, but they didn't need it.
They both wanted something, but they didn't have to have it. It was a want, not a need. Knox?
They both they both had the feeling when you like they the feeling devastated were both in them.
Yes, they both had that very disappointed, devastating feel. Hudson?
I did. Everybody has clothes, and everybody has bikes.
Yeah.
But that's one person doesn't have.
Do you think that's really a true statement that everybody had those shoes and everybody had that bike? No, but it just seemed that way because they really, really wanted it. Brady? Stop.
It was kind of the same because giving Antonio the shoes that didn't fit Jeremy and giving the lady her money back.
They were giving it to the right person. Yeah. Danny?
So like they both wanted them, but in the end they never even got them.
Right. But in the end, even though they did something they didn't really want to do, did they still feel good?
Yeah.
So they felt happy and sad. So in both stories, it was bittersweet. That's right. All right. Well, thinking about those shoes, when we read those shoes, you remember when Jeremy came in with Mr. Alfrey's shoes? What did everybody in class do? Laughed. Except for one person. That's right, his friend. So we're going to read just a little book about bullying hurts. And tomorrow, our directed drawing and writing is going to be on being a super friend. I need Danny to crisscross applesauce and Hudson to crisscross applesauce. So I want you to think of ways that you can be a super friend to anybody. I think Antonio was a super friend.
Yes.
Did he ever make fun of Jeremy for not having shoes?
No.
No, he didn't. Yeah. Was Jeremy a super friend?
Yes.
All right. So this is called Bullying Hurts.
It does. They really do.
Bullying is probably a word you've heard before. In order to stop bullying, it is important to understand what it is. Bullying is mean behavior that's done on purpose. Most of the time with bullying, the actions are repeated again and again. Bullying can be physical, you hurt them, or verbal, you say mean things. Bullies can be boys or girls. Now, to me, the key is bullying is something that somebody does over and over. They find you and they do the same things to you over and over. If you get in a fight with your friend and she calls you a stinky chicken head, is that bullying? No, that's just you and your friend getting in a fight. If you're playing football and things get rough and you get a little mad and you punch them, is that bullying?
No.
Now, it might be fighting, but it's not bullying. If every day somebody finds you on the playground and trips you, every day at recess, every recess, they find you, they trip you, they laugh, they leave. Is that bullying? Yes, because they've done it every day. If every day they say, you're a loser. Every day they find you, they see you in the hallway, they say, you're a loser. They see you at recess, you're a loser. At lunch, loser. Is that bullying? Yes, because they've done it over and over again. If things happen when you have an argument or a fight, that's not bullying. That's just things that happen when you have a fight. Doesn't make them right, but that's not bullying. Bullying is when somebody finds you. That's called targeting you, and they are constantly either hurting you or saying things to you. That's bullying. Hudson?
Like somebody, I don't know who, put a note in the back of one of my books and said, take that down.
Oh, okay. All right. There are several guidelines that you can use to help stop bullying. Just imagine if all the kids followed these simple rules, we could get rid of bullying altogether. You might even be doing these things since they are super simple. Do not bully. The easiest way to help a bullying problem is to make sure you are not being a bully. Be kind to everyone and treat people the way you want to be treated. Share and say please and thank you. Kind words go a long way. Before you do something to someone, say, would I want them saying that to me? Would I want them doing that to me? And if you say no, Xander, then you should probably not do that to them. Treat people how you want to be treated.
Yes, I read a sign.
Tell an adult. If you see someone being bullied, whether it's a friend or a stranger, tell an adult as soon as you can. This adult can be anyone you trust who's 21 years or older. Some examples are a teacher, a parent, a bus driver, a principal, the counselor, or a coach. You know, if we're just kind to everyone, if everyone just did that, would we have any? Then you need to look when I show it.
Eagles landing teachers don't even do anything except get the person in trouble that didn't do anything.
Stick up for a friend. It's important that when you see bullying, you make it clear that you do not like what is happening. If you stand and watch without going to tell an adult or saying stop to the bully, they may think you approve of the bullying. This is called being a bystander, where you watch and do nothing. Now, somebody's being bullied. Should you walk up and punch the bully? No. You either need to say stop or you need to come tell the teacher. Bullying.
If someone's tackling somebody else, you should
Include everyone. When you see someone who looks like he or she is being left out, try to include them or invite them to play. You can help spread kindness by simply being you. Laughing and smiling is contagious. We had the word contagious when we read A Bad Case of Stripes. What does contagious mean? It spreads. So if I smile at someone, they usually smile back, and if I start laughing, they're gonna laugh. It just spreads. It's contagious. Are you ready to get to work?
Yes.
All right. You can make a difference. So tomorrow, what you're gonna write about is being a super friend to everyone. What? Shh. So you're just gonna be thinking, what are some ways that I can be a super friend? You're not telling me now. Real quickly, who is the main character in this story, Kinley? Start with an R. Reuben. What was his major challenge or problem or dilemma? He had a couple, but what was the biggest one, Knox?
that he really wanted that buy and he couldn't get.
That was one of his challenges. What was another one, Kylie?
He felt like he did the right thing to.
But what was the challenge? What was the problem for him? What caused him to have a problem?
That he wanted to buy, but he couldn't get it.
Well, that was what he said. Weldon?
He had the money in his backpack, and he wanted to give it back, but he didn't.
He found that money and he wanted the bike, but he wanted to give it. He also felt like he should probably give it back. So he was caught between. That was his biggest problem. What should he do? He had to make a big decision. Did he respond the right way? Yeah, because what did he end up doing?
Giving the money back.
Yes, he ended up being honest. So you could say one of his character traits at the end was being honest. Was he honest at the beginning of the story? No, he was not very honest at the beginning of the story. But as he started thinking about it, and he saw his mom and what that meant, not having a lot of money, he got to thinking, and he ended up being a very honest person at the end. Amelia.
Well, here was another problem for him. He was gonna buy the bike, but then once he went home, he was gonna ask, "Where did you get the money on Honda?"
Right. Okay, so you're going to have, this is going to be those shoes, on those shoes, not back like Sergio's, those shoes. You are going to have, you're going to be a feeling detective. It looks like this when you get it. You have to cut it out like this. You leave this piece intact and you cut the flaps. Okay? That's what it's going to look like when you glue it in your working notebook
What
on
is
the
that wood
reading
stuff?
section. It's a note. You were supposed to do this yesterday, but y'all ran out of time. All right, so it says that you are going to be a feeling detective. You're going to write about a time that Jeremy in those shoes felt disappointed, angry, and proud. Those will need to be a sentence. Jeremy was disappointed when. Jeremy was angry when. Jeremy was proud when. Jeremy is who we're writing about. Yes, Jeremy. This is about those shoes. And this is about Jeremy and his feelings. Okay? So you're going to have this. Whoops. You're going to have your word search and handwriting. You've got plenty of time to get this done if you go sit and don't talk.
Don't talk. Don't. You can get all of it down, actually.
Yes, you can.
It's easy.
And I will be calling